They're going to bite sometime sooner or later, so you might as well be there when they start biting.
Do you think you go fishing too much?
Okay then, let me think about that just a minute. The thing about fishing, you can fish 365 days out of the year. You can only hunt during hunting season.
You know, it's not too hard to twist my arm to make me go fishing.
Love God, spend time with your family, be kind, uphold the law, or a few things you can do to be like Paul.
We ain't got a little fight to it this morning.
Go to work, go to church, keep your word, that's all she wrote. Or a few things you can do to be like God. If you wanna be like Rev, get in the word when you awake.
Listen, keep your faith.
Jesus right along every step you take.
Like Hank Parker, he puts God first in everything he does.
And we do things the way it was.
Come on, easy, Blue, easy, Blue. You know, my wife says I spend all my time hunting and fishing.
My wife, I got a good one. And she knows I'm gonna go hunting or I'm gonna go fishing, and we just don't have no real problems around my house.
But when I am home, there's no telling what she's gonna come up with something for us to do. And guess what? She takes me to Mississippi to a cooking school.
Me too.
There comes some more of them. A bunch of old folks having a field trip. Going somewhere in Mississippi, Greenwood, Mississippi, to a cooking school. I thought I could heat up all good as anybody, but they tell me I can't, so we're going to a cooking school for a day or two. Who knows? So here goes nothing. I have no idea what we're in for.
That's what I'm having to do when I'm not hunting and fishing.
Way back in the early 70s, we were down on the Toledo Bend with night fishing with a lantern out there hung in a tree. Back then, we had a little old transistor radio. I know some of the younger people don't know what a transistor radio is, but it was a little old AM radio with the batteries in the thing. We would put that radio in the boat with us and listen to our country music station in Fort Worth, Texas, WBAT.
Before 6 o'clock.
Had country music all night long. But back then, in the middle of the night, a lot of times the thing would fade out. And it'd be, that station would be coming in, and then it'd be another station kind of fade back out. About 2:30 in the morning, we was out there fishing, and the old radio kind of faded off on Hank Williams and went into one of these Holy Roller preachers, you know. And he was laying it on them, and then he said, he come on there and he says, "All right, folks, I got y'all's deal tonight. Get your 8x10 classified photograph of Jesus Christ, signed and autographed by the man himself." We like to fill out the book.
Exactly the way it went down, too.
The Way It Was is brought to you by
Schwacker Broadheads.
That's it. We back in them preacher fish now, see?
See him peeing when you pulled him out?
Uh-huh. We can eat this one. Can't eat that other one. The bird baby has caught a fish. Is it legal? He's close. Where's the zero line? Right there? Oh, he let me. Shoot, man. That's real legal. The bird's baby. Ain't nobody ever fished for something like that but me. Cause see, now that you told me that's where you and Mr. Garland was, see, and that's what we were down here. I was looking through them trees at y'all over there.
Right.
So we were catching the fish from those trees out into here. Seems like they do like something to eat. More like what they used to eat.
People ask how long I've been fishing, and I really don't know because it seems like I've been fishing as long as I can remember, and I'm sure I have, because all we had was farm ponds and creeks to fish on.
And that there's a keeper.
And my earliest memories were, yeah, we were out there trying to catch some kind of fish, didn't matter what it was.
There's a big one right there grabbing. He's 8 foot right there.
Right in front.
Right on him. Stop.
Oh, within inches of it.
This wasn't a bust trip because I did catch a pretty nice crappie. It was the biggest one I ever caught. He weighed 313. Just a curiosity. I caught one last year, 303. So we're just going on up on the scale. What?
What did he say? 313.
Hey boys,
Look at that again.
I got to thinking about that.
But weigh that fish. Huh?
This is a pretty nice fish. And I said, we might better weigh. We got documented proof, brand new scale. That in there is my, what them young ones call my PB.
All-time best.
There ain't no bad. I got a 302. I can see it cost me about $250. What about that? 312. What about that?
I thought he pulled.
I got to, yeah, he did, but I got to thinking about that when I was driving over here. I said, you know, that sucker was pretty big.
Well, you can put that many fingers in his mouth, I know that. So I done put you on some fish right here. I see them swimming down there.
312.
We have been fishing and hunting together so long to where it don't really ever matter who shot the deer or the quail or the pheasant or who caught the fish. As long as we get him in captivity is all that matters. Is that right? Oh, there's another nice one.
Have you noticed mine are always bigger than yours?
I'm doing that. I'm letting you catch them that way. I'm being as your boat and all that kind of stuff. I'm being nice. You believe that too, don't you?
And most of the rest of the people that heard it believe the same thing I do. He turned it. There you go.
This one's pulling a little better. You the keeper? Now, we'll put that thing out. You up here in the boat. Right in the top of the mouth. I believe the little crippled men are working a little bit better than the bird baby.
Probably what, 2 pounds?
Now. A little over a pound, pound and a half, maybe pound and a quarter, something like that. Good eater. Good eater. I could have held him close to it and said he was 2 pounds. Man, that Bassmaster's got the rooster tail going there.
He got it trimmed back, ain't it?
Uh-huh.
Turn around, man. Turn around. He's a nice one. A really nice one.
Yeah.
Man, we had from now till dark.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Finally.
Man, is that a double? Would that be good? If we can get them in the boat, would that be a good time to quit?
It'll be a 2:15, 2:16. That's what time we need to leave. Finish up on a double. How can you?
I got a catfish. That's what that bigger fish was. You did too. We got over there on the other side.
That's a good way to finish the day.
It is. Double on the slimy fish. Easy there, old grunter.
You don't say nothing about him when he comes out of that grease, though, do
No, he ain't slimy when he comes
you?
out
You
of
pay
that
big
creek.
money to eat him at a restaurant.
Yeah, that's a fact. I got it open for you.
Well, we got rid of the preacher and finally got into some fish. I'm gonna mark this spot right here. It's right out from that tree.
That's
It'd be easy to find, won't it?
If we can remember. That's the beauty of marking. That computer screen don't forget. We forget. I thought we were going double on.
The Way It Was is brought to you by Hybrid Light.
All right, we had a little neat deal this year.
One of the better men I know right here.
I agree with that. I agree.
Mr. Parker, he does a lot of speaking in churches and big game suppers all over the country.
You know, there's one scripture that rocked my boat, and I didn't want to deal with it.
And he had one here in town.
But it's Matthew 16:26. It says, "What would it profit a man if he gained the whole world and lost his soul? Or what would a man give in exchange for his soul?" And my dad would say to me, "Son, you got all this ambition of being a big bass fisherman. What would it profit you if you won every bass tournament in the world and died and went to hell?"
We were needing a speaker at the WTL banquet. Something came up about Hank Parker. We managed to get Hank Parker to come down and speak at our banquet.
I mean, all this is important. We talk about all the things we love to do. We love to hunt, we love to fish, man, we get excited.
And that started the relationship. And there's not a finer Christian man in the world. And I wish everybody could share a hunting camp with Hank Parker and just sit there and listen to his stories, because he's got a million of them. Great fella.
Worst whipping I ever got in my life. I come home from school with A, and my mama beat me out of this. She knew good and well I cheated.
He delivered a brand new Ranger boat and spoke at this men's meeting. And we went, of course, we had to go fishing. He had to show me all the features of this Ranger boat. We're gonna try this new Ranger boat out and see if Mr. Parker can teach me.
Well, here we are today. I'm Hank Parker. This is my hero over here, Lynn Beatty. Let me tell you something about Lynn Beatty. Lynn Beatty killed a giant, beautiful deer last year with a longbow. He's killed multiple giant deer with a longbow. He's my hero. I just like to kill a 4-point.
I got one for you this year, Parker.
All right.
I got
okay.
you a 6-point.
All right.
I'm gonna roll you up.
I thought now I'm gonna take my hero and I'm gonna come out here on the lake with him. And
But you my hero.
well, I'm a fisherman, so I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna get even with him, you know. I'll impress him. Well, I come out here and find out he's a better fisherman than I am, so now I've got a mess.
It's sure a little bit different than a cane pole and aluminum boat, ain't it? Nice Ranger boat. Let's see if
Aluminum
it's.
is a step up as them old from wood to aluminum and now to glass.
Now let's see if this thing will roll.
All right. You got it trimmed down?
All the way.
All right. I talked about that when that show aired with Boone and I. Everybody said,
I never heard that terminology. I've never heard anybody talk about fish with soft hands, but don't grip
We
that
didn't
rod.
catch a lot of fish that day. We did a lot of talking.
And you got a great feel for the bottom.
We had a good time fishing, and I did learn a whole lot.
Feel a little rock. Instead of pulling in and tightening up and hooking that rod, just stop, shake it a little bit, lift up on your rod tip, and come on.
What is this right here?
That's a brush file. That's a little piece of brush. We just ran over a little piece of brush. Look at here. Fish on, Jimmy Ray. Fish on.
Go ahead. Put him in the... as long as I'm in this boat, everybody... Woo! Boy, that's a good-looking fellow there. But they talking about the boat, not me.
I hate to have that pretty a jig and not catch a fish on it. There's something wrong.
The Way It Was is brought to you by Three Rivers Archery.
Man, we are in East Texas going crappie fishing of all things. It's we done drove an hour to get here, and I'm not that big of a fisherman. Well, I think we got another 30 minutes to go. It's 40 degrees out here, and we're going fishing.
You need a biscuit to combat that cold weather. Yeah, I'll take a biscuit.
All that Miss Betty has to do is call and say, I'm thinking about going tomorrow. You want to? I said, yeah, I'll be glad to go.
You ready for your biscuit? Sure. Oh, we had enough paper towels in there to draw off after the shower.
The Rev doesn't fish much, but he says it's because we don't ask him.
Okay then, we got us a biscuit. I think they're gonna ridicule me, you know, I ain't never fished with no live scope.
We took the rail.
Crappie, you know, I used to brim fish and stuff when I was little.
He'd heard of live scope fishing and all that, but he never had been.
And I know these crappie are big, and Paul and Sid love this stuff, but we just drove an hour and a half to go fishing. And they say, they swear to me, this is Paul has said it's the most fun you can have with your clothes on. So this is, we're fixing to find out, and I don't know, we'll see.
My jacket zipped, you all zipped up, and y'all looking good. Today, we are taking Rev to live scope fishing 101, fishing for the white perch crappie sockeye leg, and he's never been in a boat on a deal like this, and this should really be interesting. You got him, Rev? Where you go?
I mean, Rev's just another kid to me, so we had him in the boat and quit winding it up so far. Rev! Just making it harder on you. And he learned what was going on, and he did pretty good, but he's just like another kid, you know, you had to train him. That's a nice one.
I believe you got the big one so far. You like that jig I tied on for you?
Yeah.
You like Paul's direction?
I'm learning.
Okay. And right out there, dead as they can be. Walk out there and there they are, you know. We shoot one like that, and we lucky to find him. If we find him out, might be a week later. What you got?
Got another.
Come on. Bring him back in. I got it. Oh, don't let him get back in the lake. Put him in a box. Golly.
There you go.
Come in here to me, darling. Come in.
Hey, you know, in this episode, Paul is teaching me how to fish with a live scope, you know, and this whole thing with this TV screen, it's almost like video games, but Paul has made this comment. He said, Rev, if you ain't scoping, you're just hoping. You know, you can't see where the fish are, but on that screen you see the structure, you see the trees, and man, I was putting that bait down right between two trees, and he kept telling me, lower it, keep it down, keep it going, stop, and I'd stop, and you could see that fish come up, and he said, reel it up just a little bit, and I'd pull it up just a little, and that old white perch would take that bait. I'm telling you what, you'd never be able to see that with the naked eye, but because you have those screens and that technology, you can see what your eye can't see. You know, sometimes we live in life and we think, you know, we live by blind hope. In fact, there's some people, you'd ask them a question, hey, will you spend eternity in heaven? And their answer might be, you know what, I sure hope so. I hope I'll get to heaven. I want you to know something. You don't have to hope you'll get to heaven. You can know for certain that you're going to get to heaven. And the only way to heaven is through a relationship with Jesus Christ. It's not about hope, it's about faith. There's a verse in Ephesians chapter 2, it's verse 8, and it says this, it says, for by grace you have been saved through faith. That not of yourselves, it's a gift of God. Have you ever received the gift of God's grace through a relationship with Jesus Christ? Hey, you can do that. You can do it right there where you are. In fact, on the bottom of this screen, you're going to see a website. It's inthehunt.org. If you'll go to that website, you can talk to somebody about placing your faith in Jesus Christ. You don't have to hope you'll get to heaven. You can know you'll get there through a relationship with Jesus. Hey, thanks again for watching The Way It Was.